I am doing Rust collections today. And as you can see, I was working on this off stream and I have not solved it yet. All right, let me pop out the chats so that I can see you. But this week we're pretty much just doing, I'm gonna move my mic closer just in case my audio is scuffed. This week we're doing basically just learning Rust through Rust Rover, through the JetBrains Academy stuff, because it's been very effective, I feel like. So we're gonna continue doing that and it's gonna be great, and I'm gonna complete all the little tasks along the way. And you're gonna sit there and you're gonna like it. But hey, welcome in. My shirt says locked in, so that you know, so that there are no questions about the seriousness of my content. Hey, FFM Pog, Kendrag, hello, hello. Don't worry, YouTube chat, I didn't forget you this time. Ken, Big O, what's up, what's up? What course you're following? This is the Learn Rust course through JetBrains Academy. It's just like a free add-on for your JetBrains IDE that gives you, it's based on the Rust Links project and the the Rust programming language book turned into an interactive course. You can't read? Is that a you problem? Or are you saying that the text is too small? I'm really trying to make it accommodate everything. You know? Classical today? I don't know. Do we want music? We can do a poll. You can vote. We're a democracy here, kind of. I guess I'll ask YouTube too. Hey gamer, yo, what's up? What's up, Fiskin? Daily reminder to try Orgrim. Honestly, needed. I need that. I do need that reminder. I was about to go to sleep. This motivated me to sit and work on something. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. If we do add music, it's going to be classical. Also, if we do add music, do I want to make it not in the VOD? These are the questions that I ask myself. My dog is snoring. Time to steal this idea from JetBrains and bring it into Vim. They must have something similar, I think. But it's sick. Is it dog behind me? So I put her bed behind me, thinking that like, oh, I should make sure she feels comfy, cozy in my office so she can come hang out. And she's laying down next to me on the floor instead. Not in the VOD, please, so I can watch after and Twitch doesn't mute it. So Twitch shouldn't be able to mute the music that I'm using because it's from the YouTube audio library. So it is like, there's no DMCA. Beacons playlist. Unfortunately not AI music. Gaming, thank you so much for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Hi, George. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Also, Winchester, thank you for the Prime. I appreciate that. And Gremlin, thank you for the tier 1. Geo, thank you as well for the 14 months. I just want to make sure that I said thank you last time. Okay, okay. It looks like the poll is mostly saying yes as the winning. I noticed you're not in Emacs. Why? It's because I'm doing a course in the JetBrains IDE. That is why. But also, I did mention this in my video. I've heard good things about Rust Rover. Like I've heard they have basically, hold on. Do I spread fake news and try and go off memory, or do I look it up? Because it basically, I think Rust Rover has like an additional kind of something that they're doing in addition to Rust Analyzer. I want to say better. I think it's better completions. This is just trying to remember what it was. Okay, so do we do the AI comparison? Or do we do Reddit or the AI comparison? Which one's worse? I don't totally hate JetBrains. It's all right. I think JetBrains have very good IDEs. I think if you want something that just works, that you could be immediately very productive in, I mean, they are the industry standard for a reason. Reddit is worse. I don't know. Oh, wait, I have it. And there's a forum here. This is the same one that I looked at before. Okay, someone says Preacher Dad, which sounds like a trustworthy username. They say, just so you know, I'm an amateur Rust coder. So we're the same. I use Rust Rover exclusively and highly recommend it. It's still in development, so there are a few issues that need to be taken care of. This is in 2024. But I haven't run across anything large or major that needs to be fixed. JetBrains also has an AI associated with Rust Rover. I pay $10 a month so I can use it, and I use it a lot. It'll answer most questions with examples included. Although, as with all AI-generated code, thoroughly check it out before including in your project. It does not. It does get it wrong on occasion, which is to be expected with AIs. The AI is very good if you ask it at presenting explanations for some of Rust's harder to understand features. Okay, it didn't really talk about. They're too amateur. They don't know. They're like me. I don't know. There was one person that was very opinionated about it. Okay, well, I'll give you the AI lowdown. So Rust Rover uses it's a proprietary JetBrains engine. Okay, let's find. It says it has deeper semantic refactoring, so it has more powerful refactoring tools. For example, cross-file renames, moving modules, etc., that can exceed LSP capabilities, which is whatever. AI-assisted completions that have a full-line code completion and an integrated AI assistant that can generate entire code blocks based on the project's context. It has an out-of-the-box integration. Posture-based templates provides extensive postfix completion templates. For example, typing .if after a Boolean will wrap it in an if block that are highly customizable. Apparently, Rust Analyzer has better performance speed and less resource intensive compared to the heavy indexing of JetBrains IDEs. I'm trying to remember what it was, but I can't remember. But it's in my, I don't know. It was in my video. Sometimes I just say stuff and then I forget, you know? Ashu says, bless you. Ashu says, I really need to get a chair. Rust Analyzer plus Neovim is perfect. It does get slow sometimes with large code bases. Okay, good to know. Yeah, it's more general, less freaky than Reddit. You know what? You kind of right. Reddit be kind of freaky sometimes. ABD, yo, welcome in. Hello, hello. Hey, this looks like Rustlings. Yeah, it's a combination of Rustlings and the Rust programming language book. So far, it's been very good. You said you'll make a video about the laptop not going to sleep. I knew somebody was going to mention that. Yeah, so I said that, and then I had to go, and then I was away, and I couldn't film. So I'm back again, and we're going to film. We're going to film it. I'll be posting it this month. I'll try and post it sooner than later because I know that people are very much eagerly awaiting that solution. It was very straightforward, so it shouldn't take me too long. I'm joining you on the Rust journey. Let's freaking go. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, right. You all wanted music. I forgot. Okay. That was the latest derail. I don't know if blurb is on, for what it's worth. Okay, wait. I don't know how to, I can't control this. I think it's going to autoplay and it's going to be really loud. Can you guys, wait, everyone take your ears out. Turn your ears upside down in case it's really loud. I hope it doesn't autoplay. Please don't autoplay. It autoplayed maybe a little bit. I don't know. Oh, it's not too loud. Okay, wait. We're good. We're so back. Okay, I'm starting from the beginning. I'm turning it down even more. Okay. Hold on. I gotta listen to my own voice for a sec so that I can tell how loud that is. I'm DJing right now. Do not disturb. I think it's fine. Okay, I think we send it. I think that's good enough. I want techno. No, we got classical music only. My Rust Rover trial expires in 3 days. T-minus 3 days. Maybe I'll turn it down a touch. I'm gonna turn it down more. It's too hot. You're right. I'm gonna put it at like the same volume that it is for videos, maybe. Maybe a little bit louder. I'm letting it climb up a little bit. Okay, okay. All right. Now I'm done listening to my own voice. The voices in my head. Okie dokie. Ashu, you can't do that. They're gonna ban you. Ashu is like, anyone want a free JetBrains account? I have a uni alumni account I'm not using. You can't say that. They might be watching. Don't tell them. Not in the chat. Oh, goodness. All right, I don't know what's happening here. I also am going to put my own music on that you can't hear. Hot freaking nerds. Because there's no way I'm going to be able to listen to the music that's on stream right now, because then I have to listen to myself talk, and I don't want to do that. You either flipped the room around or just told the camera to mirror. I don't... Am I mirrored today? I don't remember which way is mirrored. This is my right hand. No, wait. Is the text wrong? This is my right hand. I think I'm not mirrored. I'm pretty sure I'm not. But I changed the camera angle. That could be it. That could be what's tripping you up. All right, I got my country music on. I'm freaking ready to lock in. All right. Wait, can somebody say something in YouTube chat? I don't know if YouTube chat's working properly. Can someone say hello? I'm lonely. Oh no, it's working. Okay, just checking. Okay, so what I was trying to figure out what to do here, it's saying complete the function body for append. The fun thing, oh my god. The fun thing that it wants from me is it wants me to, I think, append bar to the string the specified amount of times. And it's upset about this. This expected nothing. Oh, is it? I feel like I keep doing this something with the... My guess is this semicolon is a problem. Is that an AI chat window? What are you talking about? What? What? And then dot repeat. I think... Yeah. I'm looking at usage examples. I actually don't know what the issue is here. It's okay. We'll look at the... It needs dot expect. Oh my god, you're so right. That's so goofy. Okay. What do you need? I don't know what's wrong with this, so I'm just gonna look at the author solution. Repeat size dot toString. Is that it? Wait, repeat. Is it that? No, I should read its full thing. This is so hard to do, so zoomed in for you guys. What the heck? Oh. Oh, it's a vector of tuples. My bad. String.trim. Okay, so my string.trim also needs to be converted to a string. And then... Oh, I added a space. Repeat. Where... Where's size? Hello? Oh, it's what they put in the size. Yes, okay. Okay, so first thing I need to change is no space. I do get a little bit confused on like what operations are string literals versus a string type. I don't know yet. Okay, well there's that. And then there's also the, so V is fine. This is a vector. Vector. And it needs to be, oh wait, vector, me forgetting, function transformer. What did I do? I did this. Oh, hello? Bruh. Is that right? I don't think that's the right declaration. Hold on. I gotta get my notes up to date. I'm not just gonna look at the solution. I want to try and remember. Don't you have access to the compilation mesh? Probably. Output is never used. what it's worth. I think it's vector. It's gonna be a vector over 2-length tuple. Specified. What did it say? Oh, I have to add it to, yeah, okay. Okay, so you wrap it in output.push, and then this is what it's adding. I still need to convert this to string for the trim. I don't know what else it's mad about. Oh, it's returning a vector of strings. Right, okay. That's me being goofy. I think I didn't read it properly. I have to figure out how to do this in a way that's actually doable on stream. I'm not allowed to be distracted by chat. And then it was for this. It is... Hey. What is happening? Expected vector string, but found nothing. Oh, I have too many of these. Okay, let's try you now. Oh, it didn't like that. Wait. What? Bar into command. Oh. I'm so oh. There's another file I'm supposed to work on too. I didn't know. Complete use declaration. Okay. I didn't know. And transform. Are you gonna be less mad now? Can't find transformer in the scope. Is it? It is public. Public. I can't remember how to import this. It's been one day. That's not it. Oh. Oh, that's evil. That's also like I thought you're not. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. It's because otherwise they would be calling it transformer : transformer. Gotta look at how they're calling the function. Happy birthday, yo. Thank you. Thank you. Heck yeah. Thank you so much. You're saying background has nice high heels? You can barely even see them. I don't even know how you're seeing them. They're invisible. I feel like I'm not ready for Rust as a web dev script kiddie. It's okay. You know what? I think you should just do it and be bad at it and be okay with that. And then eventually you'll not be bad. Did you know? That's the trick. Yo, Alt F4, how's it going? What the heck? Hello? Dude, It's been so long. What the heck? How you been? How's life? I've turned evil. I've turned evil. I'm on the Rust side now. All right. So to summarize, strings are complicated, which I agree. Agreed. Do it bad, be bad at it, and be okay with that is how I live my life. Yeah, well, because I think eventually you're going to not be bad, but you're going to still feel like you're bad, and then you're going to have imposter syndrome forever. And it'll be great. Okay. Okay, I gotta read this, you guys. I gotta lock in. I gotta focus. Okay. I'll read to you, though, if you want. I can read. I can show off my reading skills. All right. I got hiccups, though. I kind of feel like I got a burp, but I'll try not to. All right. To summarize, strings are complicated. Different programming languages make different choices about how to present this complexity to the programmer. Rust has chosen to make the correct handling of string data the default behavior for all Rust programs, which means programmers have to put more thought into handling UTF-8 data up front. This trade-off exposes more of the complexity of strings than is apparent in other programming languages, but it prevents you from having to handle errors involving non-ASCII characters later in your development life cycle. Yeah, I have seen this in like the terminal ecosystem, how like the way that Rust handles it versus Go makes it a lot easier. Okay, so now we're intro to HashMaps. Yippee! Yay! Okay. Okay, so the last of our common collections is the HashMap. So it's going to be HashMaps. Also, I'm going to do a video on how I take notes because I find it very helpful, like paper notes. And there's a lot of research to back that it's helpful, but I think that like how you take notes is kind of like the most important thing anyway. And even when I was reading the studies of like why, like some of the reason of why pen and paper notes tends to be more effective for people is that they have like some constraints of how much they can write. And that means that they end up having a lot more, there's a lot less that's kind of like repeated verbatim. Nuno, thank you so much for the tier 1. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I hope you had a wonderful stream. I didn't see BG say anything. Did I miss any messages? Maybe they had to run. Yeah, I do pen and paper a lot. I love being able to draw things out is really huge for me. Okay, so in this case, I'm just gonna quickly write down the syntax for this one so that I try to remember that. Okay, so the type of HashMap stores a mapping of keys of type K to values of type V, and it does this via a hashing function, which determines how it places these keys and values into memory. Many programming languages support this kind of data structure, but they often use a different name, such as hash, map, object, hash table, dictionary, or associative array. Yes. Hash maps are useful when you want to look up data not by using an index as you would with vectors, but by using a key that can be of any type. For example, in a game where you can keep track of each team's score in a hash map in which each key is a team's name and the values are each team's score. Given a team name, you can retrieve its score. All right. We'll go over some of the basic API of HashMaps in this section, but many more goodies are hiding in the functions defined on HashMap KV by the standard library. As always, check the standard library documentation for more info. Huge. Let me know, okay, 1 in the chat if you like me reading. 1 is read, so I don't forget. 2, if you would rather we just vibe and I recap things every once in a while. Okay, I'm seeing mostly 1s. Okay, cool. Okay, thank you. I'll keep reading then. So, okay, this, I'm gonna mention this in a video as well. I already filmed. But this is part of what I'm really enjoying about, and like, this is not sponsored, partnered with JetBrains. I'm just trying this out because it sounds good. But this is what I really like, is that immediately it's like, so of course it teaches you a new concept, and then it obviously has examples in here, but you have an entire compiling code file right next to you that you can look at as well and reference, which is, I think, kind of handy. Okay, you can create a new hash map with the new, and it has insert. So you can create a new hash map with new and add elements with insert. In the code below, we're keeping track of the scores of two teams whose names are blue and yellow. The blue team starts with 10 points, the yellow team starts with 50. So there's blue and yellow. We can look at it over here, which I think is a little bit more readable. So we create a mutable hash map where it's gonna be type string and an integer. And then we're gonna insert it. Yippee. I think too, you can run it and see what it says, which is kind of cool. You can run it too. Am I using Vim motions? I am using Vim motions in IDE, yeah. For better or for worse. Sometimes it goes into visual mode and it like doesn't seem to cancel out as fast or something. Are you visiting Omicron? I didn't even know that was a thing. I don't think so. I don't know when it's happening. When's it going on? I'll probably be attending some conferences this year. I'm just not 100% sure which ones yet. Okay. Note that we need to first use the hash map from the collections portion of the standard library. One of our 3 common collections. This one is least often used. We need to use the hash map. Oh, I see. You have to use it. You have to like import it. This one is least often used. It's not included in the features brought into scope automatically in the prelude. Hash maps also have less support from the standard library. There's no built-in macro to construct them, for example. Just like vectors, hash maps store their data on the heap. This hash map has keys of type string and values of type int32. Like vectors, hash maps are homogeneous. Hello? Can't read. I was wrong. Homogeneous. All of the keys must have the same type and all of the values must have the same type. Another way of constructing a hash map is by using iterators and the collect method on a vector of tuples. Oh wait, that's kind of funky. Oh, and I think it does that. I think it shows, yeah, it shows that down there, which we'll look at in a sec. Where each tuple consists of a key and its value, and we'll go into more detail about iterators and their associated methods in the iterators lesson. The collect method gathers data into a number of collection types, including hash map. For example, if we had the team names and initial scores in 2 separate vectors, we could use the zip method to create a vector of tuples where blue is paired with 10 and so forth. And then we can use the collect method to turn that vector of tuples into a hash map as shown in the listing below. Okay, so that's like this section. But they don't have... Oh, interesting. So team is just a vector of strings. And then they have a vector of scores. And then they... Is this zip a built-in? Well, that's so interesting. Okay, so zip is a built-in for iterators. That's actually pretty cool. Zips 2 iterators into a single iterator of pairs. I gotta say, that's actually pretty sick. Okay, so this is basically doing, we're creating one vector, creating a second vector. We are putting them together into a vector of tuples, which is what the zip is doing. And then the collect gets run on the tuple, on the vector of tuples. Takes ownership of an iterator and produces whichever collection type you request. So that turns it into a hash map. Fascinating. Okay. So if you were to do hash map with underscore, where is let mute scores? Oh, that's scores 2. Okay. So in this case, the type annotation with the underscores is needed here because it's possible to collect into many different data structures, and Rust doesn't know which one you want unless you specify. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, so this is... Oh, I see. So this one is a hash map is equal to the outcome of this. I see. The result. Okay. So that is basically how you declare underscore. Declare type for collect, basically. Are we saying tuples or tuples? I say tuple. Do you have a project going on to help you reinforce these ideas? So I will, I'll be posting a video very shortly going over like my plan for learning Rust alongside some of my smaller project ideas and the larger project that we might be working on too. I say tuples. Whenever they would say it in university lectures, it was tuples. So surely I must be right. Surely. However, we say Z in Canada, so I could be wrong. It's at your discretion. I'm allowed to be wrong. Tuples? Tuple? It's tuple, not tuple. Tuple, not tuple. I'm gonna mute for a sec. I want to eat my almond in peace. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe they said tuple in the lectures. I don't remember. I'm going to pronounce it wrong for engagement. So people go, actually, actually, it's a tuple? Bashbunni? Leave the real work for the men. Women, am I right? Right. For own values like string, the values will be moved and the hash map will be the owner of those values as demonstrated below. Okie doke. Okie dokie brew. So it's basically just saying that when we do an insert for field name and field value, that the ownership for field name, field value is now transferred to the hash map, which means that if you tried to reference field name, field value, you would get yelled at. Let's break it. Let's see what happens. What does it say? Value used after being moved. Naughty, naughty. Don't do that. The end of the video you posted last night got me pretty low. Wait, what did I say? Me? Oh, he posted last night. Oh. It's like, what did I do? Clearly it's tuple. Clearly it's tuple. Tuple. What's the repo you're following along with? This is just JetBrains Academy, learn Rust. So it's actually, this whole thing, even the code here is being generated by this course. It's just like an in IDE course. My brain thought he, but fingers typed you. I cannot explain it. You know what? You're allowed to. I'll take the blame. I'll take the brunt of all of your frustrations in tech. I actually think it'd be very funny to do a little segment at one point of like reacting to AI in the like weird ways people are using AI or something. Like that Jared tweet kind of made me realize like San Francisco be crazy. San Francisco be doing some crazy stuff. Okay. Showing that keys and values are owned by the HashMap once they're inserted. Yeah. We aren't able to use those fields after they are added with insert. Blah, blah, blah. The values that the references point to must be valid for at least as long as the HashMap is valid. The values that the references point to must be valid for at least as long as the HashMap is valid. Right, so you could have some issues with like scope things potentially. If we insert references into values into the HashMap, the values won't be moved into the HashMap. Wait, what? References to values into the HashMap. Oh, interesting. Wait, so if I do, I'm trying to remember, I think it's that. Or wait, no, it would be up here. Oh, fascinating. Okay. That makes sense. Can't confirm working for an SF-based AI company here. I was feeling guilty about using AI for something. The director was like, you guys are not using enough AI. For what's worth, I think I've spoken about this, I feel like so much. It's like, I got actually like using AI as a tool, not a problem. But I feel like we have a tendency to get really lazy. And I think that it's important to keep challenge in your life. You know, as long as you're still challenging yourself, you'll be okay. But I think becoming too dependent or being like, oh, sick, I don't need to think anymore. Yeah, like some things are supposed to take effort and you shouldn't delegate that. Like the guy using it for dating is crazy. The guy being like, actually, I've made all of the decisions around our date. Like it would, with whatever AI told me, I'd be like, sick. So you made no effort. You know? Weird. And then also trying to learn stuff. Like, I mean, yeah, you can't get the answers too fast. All right. Accessing values in the HashMap. Oh, wait, team name. Wait, I'm so intrigued. Where do you come from? So this is string the new get. Okay, I'm very interested in why that's a reference. Let team name be string note from blue. Did I just... Hold on. Oh, you just use the get method. I was like, did I just skip a whole paragraph and just zoom in? Okay. So here score will have the value that's associated with the blue team, and the result will be some reference to 10. The result is wrapped in some because it returns an option with reference to a value. If there's no value for that key in the HashMap, get will return none. The program will need to handle the option in one of the ways that we covered in the section about enums. Okay, so we have to do... I gotta reread that. Get returns an option with any value type. There's no value for that key in the hash map. Get will return none. Okay, so we need to handle that. Or the program will need to handle the option in one of the ways. What is unwrap? Returns that contain some value consuming the self value. Panic. Okay, this can panic if nothing, if it's none. Instead, prefer to use pattern matching and handle the none case explicitly. Okay, yeah, that's what I remember having to do. Was a match and then none have one in the case, and you can, I think, return like you can have it return an underscore, which means do nothing. Yeah, never use unwrap in production code. I do think that it did say that in the enums, but again, this is part of where I'm like, I really like having my little paper notes because I wrote those things down, all the little kind of nuances of the language. And I know that I'll be able to like look back on these things when I need to. And it'll be a lot faster actually to do that, I think, than search in some cases, depending on how much of a weird thing it is. Okay, we can iterate over each key value pair in a hash map for a similar manner as we do with vectors in a for loop. Yippee! Love that. Okay, it doesn't explain. I want to know. Oh, is it because it's an option? It could be, I feel like, because it's... Hold on. Yeah, I don't see anything where I've stated, okay, it's okay. I'll just make note of that here, that I'm a little bit unsure about that. Locked in is the new small talk. I have no idea what it means. I think it just, this is actually a Call of Duty shirt, which is sick. Okay, updating a hash map. Although the number of keys and values is growable, each key can only have one value associated with it at that time. When you want to change the data in a hash map, you have to decide how to handle the case when a key already has a value assigned. You could replace the old value with the new value, or completely disregard the old value, completely disregarding the old value. You could also keep the old value and ignore the new value. Okay. Entry or insert. Ah. So it's either dot insert, that one replaces, or it's dot entry dot or insert preserve existing val. Okay. Even though the code calls insert twice, the hash map will only contain one value. Only inserting a value if the key has no value. It's common to check whether a particular key has a value, and if it doesn't, insert the value to it. HashMaps have a special API for this called entry that takes the key you want to check as a parameter. The return value of the entry method is an enum called entry. Let's say we want to check whether the key for the yellow team has a value associated with it. If it doesn't, we want to insert the value 50. And the same for the blue team. Using the entry API, the code looks like dish. Looks like dish. I don't think this is, I think it's literally just giving me information. It's not giving me specific information about this function, which is kind of not ideal. Or no, wait. Gets the given keys corresponding entry for the map in place manipulation. Oh, I see. This is just giving me the lowdown of, okay, what a hash map is. Or like what package it belongs to kind of thing. Okay, interesting. I'll read chat again at the end of this page, otherwise I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, using the entry method to only insert if the key does not already have a value. The or insert method on entry is defined to return a mutable reference to the value for the corresponding entry key if that key exists. If not, it inserts the parameter as the new value for this key and returns a mutable reference to the new value. This technique is much cleaner than writing the logic ourselves, and in addition, plays more nicely with the borrow checker. Well, that all makes sense to me. So the second call doesn't change anything. Another common use case for HashMaps is to look up a key's value and then update it based on the old value. For instance, the next listing shows code that counts how many times each word appears in some text. We use a hash map with the words as keys and increment the value to keep track of how many times we've seen that word. If it's the first time we've seen a word, we'll first insert the value 0. Okay, let's take a look at that. So the text is hello wonderful world. We'll create a new map. We'll iterate over the text, each of the words in the text, splitting at the white space. Let the count be map.entry or insert 0. So basically it's going to check for an entry for word. If that exists, it gets the count. Otherwise, yeah, it gets the value for word. Otherwise, it creates it and sets it to 0, and that is now count, and then you increment count. Okie dokie. This code will print world 2, hello 1, wonderful 1. The or insert method actually returns a mutable reference to the value for this key. And here we store that mutable reference. That is kind of good to know, actually. And this one. Mutable ref. Because sometimes things not be mutable. Shouldn't the default there be 1 and not 0? So I think what's happening in this case is that they're setting it to 0 as the default because they're going to increment it regardless. So it sets count to 0, let count equal 0 basically, and then count increment. Yee. Here we store that mutable reference in the count variable. So in order to assign that value, we need to first dereference count using the asterisk. We store that mutable reference in the count variable. Okay, I see. So it's a reference, so we need to dereference it in order to add to it. This makes sense. The mutable reference goes out of scope at the end of the for loop, so all of these changes are safe and allowed for by borrowing rules. The mutable reference goes out of scope at the end of the for loop. I see. So it's basically just saying count. Count being the mutable reference going out of scope at the end of the for loop. I think it's fine. A task. Yippee. Oh yeah, wait. You guys wanted me to interact. Hold on. Beautiful. Beauty is fleeting. Yes. Yes. Okay, Cheetah says, I manage developers and create tasks. I like to describe in detail what needs to be done to make new features work. Yesterday I figured that I need to spend less time on creating the task because if I'm too specific, I might as well send it to a prompt. So from now on, developers receive lazy written tasks that AI would not be able to handle because if I spend too much time describing the task in detail, I'll do 90% of the work by just basically writing the prompt for them. Our job is getting weird, is my guess, is what the end of that sentence is. I mean, I think it's one of those things too. I don't think that people, maybe I'm wrong. I think I don't think that people like need to be instructed to that degree in a lot of cases. You know what I mean? I'm sure some people really enjoy that, but I think a lot of developers are problem solvers. I feel like as long as they have a decent understanding of the domain that they're solving, I don't think that they necessarily need it that's like super, super specific. But again, I could be wrong. I don't know. Like, I feel like I really enjoy the problem solving that comes with like, hey, here's a very vague description of like the end goal we want to see, or basically like, here's the end goal we want to see. And then I really like being able to like work backwards and figure out how to get there. You know what I mean? So I really like that layer of problem solving and at work. But again, it could just be my own style. I think some people do better with a lot of instruction. Like for me, I feel like I'm okay to just jump into something that's a bit more vague, and I'll just check in and be like, hey, here's basically, I've thought about the problem. Here's the plan of what I'm thinking of doing to solve it. Do you have any, like, would you want me to change anything before I start working on it? You know? Because I also feel like even for management, it's a lot easier to be able to like nitpick something that exists versus sometimes like coming up with that something from nothing, you know? That's a more unique skill than you would think, unfortunately. Interesting. But I think it's also part of why I would get frustrated in school sometimes. Because sometimes in school, they're like very, very specific. And it'll be like, oh, well, you didn't add like, I don't know. It'd be like something super tedious. And it's like, okay, well, this doesn't really do anything. I'd be super demotivated if people keep giving me detailed instructions. I'm kind of on that boat too, Neil. A bit off topic, but would you suggest to learn Vim? I would say like it totally depends on how much. I think that it depends on what you want from your dev environment. I think that learning Vim motions makes you able to kind of like navigate things in a way that feels a lot more fun, and is like very productive, given that like, because it's a more keyboard heavy workflow, it's like you get kind of more muscle memory with it and stuff. And I don't know, that kind of like that skill builds over time, makes it more enjoyable. But it depends on where you're at. Like if you're trying to get a job right now and you're like having to super lock in, you're like basically grinding for interviews and stuff, that like maybe not best time to pick up Vim. If you're like comfy at your job and or you're feeling like stagnant or something, you just want like a little spice in your life, like that's probably a really good time to do it. Is this Rustlings? It's based on Rustlings and the Rust programming language book. It's a course built for JetBrains Academy. What is your favorite type of switches? I currently am using the Gatoron, Gatorion. I don't know how to. Gatoron baby raccoons. Really nice. I really like them. I think I've learned that I'm a big fan of linear switches. I don't love or need very loud tactile switches. I think I get kind of sick of it. Like I had Cherry MX Blues for a while, and I think I just kind of got like bored. It bored me. Because I was like, I feel like it's, I don't know, I like something a little more low-key. Oh, the music is a custom playlist that I put together for classical music that I really like. You can do the ! playlist command, and I think that one has a link to the video. I have like a half-hour video that I posted this week that has all of my favorite like classical tracks that you can listen to. So updates are basically new inserts. Is that right? Updates, yeah. Yes, yeah, it is. Do you have any advice for streaming or putting yourself online? I'm hesitant to put my face or name out there. But I would like to document myself professionally. I feel like you're a good person to ask about this because creeps. I would just try and keep it as separate from your personal life as possible. Yeah, and if you do, like, if you choose to continue to have any like personal accounts and stuff, just make it like so separate where it's, you know, where you can't find it, hopefully. Are you AI? Absolutely. If I was AI, I don't think I'd have to take this course. TBH. Should have been AI. That's messed up. Why am I living on hard mode? Okay, Cheetah says, oh wait, pigeon guided missile we're talking about. Where are you? Where did pigeon say? I'm trying to find what you replied to. Oh, there it is. Managers do not see the edge cases in a way that devs think of them, so it's an iterative process. I can't give them a task, can't give them a task that's so lined out they get no thinking freedom. Okay, and then Cheetah says, interesting. I'm a promoted developer who knows the code best, and it's hard to not writing specific instructions. Also, devs like specific descriptions, which I did not expect. Thank you for your take. I'll try giving a goal more than directions. It's hard to manage devs. I mean, for what it's worth, though, I think you'll probably find that different people on your team respond differently. Like some people might find it depends too on like to what degree you're giving the specifics. If it's similar to almost like use cases for what they're building or like, you know, stuff like that. However, I do feel like it does, if they are developers, like it does potentially take away from their critical thinking ability and or practice, right? Like if you're able to think about these edge cases, like they also should be able to and or should practice, maybe fall short and then learn from that. But again, I think it depends a lot on the individual. Like everyone kind of is a little bit different in how they like to be managed, I think. But yeah, HYN, feel free to just like reach out to me on Discord. We can talk about it more if you want. That's exactly what an AI would want us to think. You're so right. Like my LinkedIn is the big thing, you know. Do I just go by Hinzi on LinkedIn? I feel like it's also, yeah, like DM me. We can talk about it. Does someone know if the task manager or the task window is a plugin only available on Rust, Rover, other JetBrains IDE? Yeah, so this is This is JetBrains Academy. So this is for JetBrains IDEs, but it's like you can learn different programming languages and stuff like that. Also, hi, low level. Hello, hello. Would love to. Okay, cool. I'll check my message requests later. All right, I have to run to the washroom and I'll be right back. Hello. I have returned. This is JetBrains Academy on the right. How do I get this turned on? Is it free? It's just like a plugin for your editor. It's just available as a plugin. And yeah, I don't know if I... Oh, free for learning and hobby. Okay, my bad. I think I have a trial of Rust Rover, but the course itself is free. So it turns out I probably also can extend my Rust Rover thing. I'm trying to figure out where to put this mic so it doesn't look weird. Alrighty. Are you liking Rust so far? I mean, I feel like we'll see how I feel when I'm building stuff with it. Who's my friend on the floor? The doggo. The dog. My bestie. The world's most spoiled dog, probably. Is free for non-commercial. I think you're right. How fart are you into learning Rust? We're just looking at collections right now. I don't know if you can see this, but we're at collections. I still have to do error handling, generics, tests, standard library, concurrency, macros. That's what we're learning this week. All right. Okay, what am I doing here? I have a basket of fruits that need to be defined. The key represents the name of the fruit, and the value represents the number of fruit. See, why are you still in visual mode? Like, I swear it's not just me. Hello. Ignore my typing. Don't worry about it. Not your problem. This is something I live with, okay? Let mute basket. Why is this saying it's a boolean? I think I need to do HashMap, then I need to do new. And I don't remember what that looked like. Let mute scores is just HashMap new. Okay, so I declare it here. The types are here, and then it's HashMap new. Okay, we got this. We so have this. We've got this. We're so brave and smart. So smart. Put more fruits. Okay. I don't want to run over my dog, but I'm also... She kind of in the way a little bit. I also can't type. Sure, we'll do apple. I'll let it autocomplete things for me. Basket, we'll say orange for it. Oh my god, you're so smart. Oh, but it didn't ask for orange. It asked for mango. The total count should be at least 5, which we did. Okay. Wait, why didn't it autocomplete when you did HashMap? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, more fruits. Okay, a basket of fruits in the form of a hash map is given. The key represents the name of the fruit, and the value represents how many of that particular fruit is in the basket. You have to put more than 11 fruits in the basket. Okay. You're not allowed to insert any more of those existing fruits. Okay, so I need to do... I actually kind of wish that it wasn't showing me... I'm gonna do pineapple. Banana. And I can't add the other ones, so it's just those. Yeah. Okay, populate the scores table with details extracted from the current line. Keep in mind that the goals scored by team 1 will be the number of goals conceded but from team 2, and similarly the goals scored by team 2 will be the number of goals conceded by team 1. Okay. Given the list of scores of each soccer match, you have to build a scores table containing the name of the team, goals the team scored, and the goals of the team conceded. Oh, I see. Yeah. One approach to build the scores table is to use a HashMap. The solution is partially written to use a HashMap completed to pass the test. So, okay, so they have a struct team that has goals scored and goals conceded. Okay, so this is probably like the team name and then the team is my guess. Okay. Results. I know it adds and mute everywhere. You're right. Okay. Team 1 name score. The parse v3. Okay, so this is a vector split collect. Throws an iterator into a collection. I'm gonna look at the hint. Use entry. Okay, that's not actually what I was that concerned about, but like, I just don't know how soccer works, potentially. I'm gonna be honest. Oh, I'm just looking at goals conceded as basically team 2. Team 1 score is a U8, V2 parse unwrap. Okay, no. Let mute scores. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this is the input that I'm getting. That's why. I was like, how am I supposed to know what this looks like? Me being goofy. Okay, so it's gonna be the countries. Name and score, and that's for each line. And then, okay, so I need to add scores.insert. I'll just do like the most basic one first, and then we'll go for the. So then I'll do team 1. I need to do that, and then I also need to create a new struct, which is going to be and goal scored is going to be the team 1 score, and then yeah. Okay. Scores, and what I need to do is I need to do the say or insert. I don't remember what's supposed to go inside entry, TBH. I did not write that down. Entry. Okay, so it's, I guess the given keys correspond. Oh, okay, so it's the key. Right, okay. Entry is going to be the key, which is team1 name. Entry or insert. And I can't remember if this is, I can't remember how to create a new team. I'm assuming it's team public. It is public. Or is it? Oh wait, I'm so goofy. That's why I changed. Right. Wait, I'm so confused. This is... So this is entry transfers ownership. String doesn't... So I think this is mad because I've now transferred ownership with the entry call, is my guess. I think it was this one. No. I actually don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I'm just gonna copy this and I'm gonna say that that is my closest solution, and then look at the answers. We're gonna turn team 1 into team 2. And then we're gonna and then I'm gonna change this one thing to team 1. And it's gonna be mad about all of this. Because I can't remember. It's gonna be pissed. Let me see if I can consider removing the borrow for entry. Yeah, but that's what I was trying to figure out is... Oh, I did not initialize a hat. Wait, was I supposed to? Where's the... Okay, I did not do that. Parse unwrap. Oh, is it using unwrap, which means it might be none? Or... Okay, wait. Oh, we have to use .clone? I knew that it said if it had copy trait, then it's copied by default. That is... Okay, crazy. Okay, so you don't do... You do... Okay, wait, I gotta write this down. Strings are not copied. Yeah, but it can, I think it'll use a string literal if I do that. When you insert an entry, it has to take ownership of the string. Yeah, that was kind of the problem. I was trying to make it a borrow or something instead. I was trying to make it a reference, but it didn't like that. Because then I was trying to access, like it was transferring ownership, and so I was trying to make it not do that, but yeah, I don't think I fully understand that. Okay, this is probably a smarter way to do this. Okay, wait. Team 1 is scores.entries. That. It sets goals scored and goals conceded to 0 for team 1. I mean, I think how I did it was fine. Oh wait, Rust tends to move, and when you move, you have to explicitly clone, implicitly copy, or take a reference instead. Yes. Explicitly clone, implicitly copy. Okay, so I feel like I haven't seen that many examples of explicitly cloning like this, for what it's worth. That makes sense. Okay, I think the rest of this is pretty close. So I think that is the main thing, is just that I need to change this to be .clone. Hey. Hey you. Oops. Hello? Value used after being moved. No. I'm gonna try running it and see what happens. I don't think I fully understand why that's giving me an error still. Did you plan to learn something functional? I will at one point. I was just finding myself like feeling kind of uninspired in a lot of the functional ecosystems. Like there's a lot of stuff that's being built in Rust right now that makes it kind of fun, and it feels like a very relevant language in the industry at the moment. But I do like the idea of something functional. If you didn't try to do the name one team score, it would let off without cloning there. Let off without cloning. Yeah, it would have been fine if it didn't transfer. I just don't fully understand what's... Okay, maybe I'll look at what's failing. Where do I see what is failing? Okay. It panicked. Oh. Is it because I'm referencing this here and then also down here? And it's like, hey, you already transferred ownership to this thing? Do I need to like... Bear with me. Okay, didn't like that. Just wondering. Do I have to clone this? I know that it's not what I was saying in the example, but just let me cook. Let me cook. I didn't do this one as well, but I just want to see if I can trying to understand what is going wrong. So I think the count is off somehow. Not working. It wants an owned string, yeah. Wait, I'm gonna try. I don't want to just copy the solutions. I'm trying to understand why my implementation is not working by comparison to what they're doing. My guess is that it's because this operation is not taking ownership of the score. And this one, it's like this, that's my guess, is that it's like an ownership thing. So that potentially when I create this team struct, that it takes ownership of name, and that's part of why they didn't use it here, and then these don't take ownership is my guess. Okay, so maybe I do end up just copying their thing. And I think that in my brain that makes sense. And then I add them. Wait, I actually don't remember. How do I reference entry? I think I just do get, but I don't know if I can modify like this. I'm gonna try that. Oh no, okay, yeah, so I think that is being moved up there. So that's why I couldn't do it before. Okay, wait, I need to look at that solution again. But I do think that was the problem. So what did they end up doing? Finish. Oh, they just, oh, I see. So instead of adding it, team one, okay, I didn't assign anything to the value, to the entry that gets returned from scores.entry. Insert stuff. That's why. I was like, how are they accessing this value after adding it? But it was just that they assigned it to a value. Okay. And then I can do team one goals scored is that. Oops. Okay. So this is what they did. I am so curious though if I did this. I am trying to figure out how I would even scores.get. Like, I feel like I would need to clone this again so that it doesn't get ownership. Is it gonna let me do that? What does this return? Expected. I think that is the problem. Okay. So then square.get, this is gonna give me insert 1A, get 1, it's gonna return that. So in theory, I could do this, team 2, and then what? I did not know I had a line of code there. Okay, and then team 2. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is why I have to do this unwrap thing. Return some, and then you unwrap it to whatever type it is my guess. And now, and then it's a string. That's my guess. Okay, okay. Can't assign. I think I need to do get mute is the thing. Bear with me. I'm just trying to learn. I was like, let me do this in 2 ways so that I can try and figure out right here and now how I could do this otherwise. And see if it works. Shit, it didn't work. I mean, these don't say that they're mutable, but I don't know if that matters. I think it does, but I can't remember. I don't know. Only use unwrap for rapid prototyping. Okay. All right. Well, I'll just make this pass so that I can move on, I guess. Rust does not have field mutation. Oh, okay, so I was just thinking of privacy then. Okay, well, how is that wrong? Team 2 score, goals conceded, team 1 score. Team... Oh, hee. I didn't change this. This is annoying. Sorry, I smacked the mic. Unwrap is basically just give me the value if it exists or panic. References are evil. Okay. Should be good now. Good job. Oh, never mind. I know, right? I was like, wait, no, in theory, this should work. So what I've learned is that I don't know how to access and modify things in a HashMap. Because I feel like these just gave me such basic examples where it was just like a string. They didn't really do, I mean, count as entry or insert. Oh, wait. I think I could just do let is equal to entry. And then the word. And I could copy that. Interesting. Okay. We got another task. Oh shit. Are we mentally prepared for this? Okay. This is fine. This is so totally fine. Okay, return an option. All right, so let me read this first. Okay, so we have maybe ice cream function that returns how much ice cream is left in the fridge. If it's before 10 p.m., there's 5 pieces left. At 10 p.m., someone eats them all, so there'd be no more left. Okay. Complete the implementation of maybe ice cream function and fix the test after it. Okay. 24-hour system. Okay. So we can do if the time of day is greater than or equal to 22. There's no more. I don't know what I'm returning. Its value 10 p.m. 12 a.m. is a value of 0. When do they restock the ice cream? I guess it doesn't matter. It's not circular. Oh, an option is either going to be some or none. I don't know what the... Can I return true? Or false? I think it's going to be mad about that. Option U in 16. Oh, so it is actually just looking for time of day. Interesting. And then I guess it's none. Or wait, sorry. Right now it's actually, it would be none. And then else will be that. I think otherwise I can pretty much just not have that as my guess. I don't 100% know. Why is that mismatched type? Do I need to explicitly return it? Yeah, sometimes it gives me squigglies being like unneeded return, and then you're like, oh, you can just make it some. Okay. Fix this test. How would you get the value contained in the option? Oh shit. I don't. You need the return keyword. Ah, okay. Return for early return. Hello? How do you get the value? So ice creams. Yeah, that one. It should be some 12. Oh, it didn't freaking like that at all. Oh, I don't remember how to unwrap it. Actually, I don't know if that's what's wrong. I actually really don't know. It's a statement. Oh. You're saying I could be a semicolon away from victory. Oops, hold on. I don't know if that one needs. Okay, that one does not. No, it still is upset. I'll look at the solution. Oh, what the frick? Oh, I think I deleted. Hold on. I did a thing. I think I deleted part of it that I was not supposed to. Okay, my bad. Okay, my bad. I'll be honest. That is, in fact, that was on me. Okay. Yeah, and then I have to unwrap it. Interesting. Okay, so unwrap an option. And that one will cause a panic if it's none or something. I'm trying to remember. Like that was, yeah, I think it does, because that's why it was saying that typically if you are returning an option, you want to use matching to handle it elegantly, otherwise it'll panic. From option. You know what? Me and unwrap, we have that in common. We both panic. Oh, it's still wrong. Okay, it doesn't like that at all. If it's less than, you know what? Hello? I don't know why I pasted that in the same spot. I know this is the same, I think effectively the same logic. Okay, no, it's still pissed. Oh, wait, what? It resets? It definitely, okay, it did not say that. I'm gonna be honest. I got a little bit hold on that one. I got a little bit hold. Okay. And this is if it is 24. And it was some 0. Why am I doing that? What are you mad about? Return can be lifted out of if. How do you do it safely so it doesn't panic in your face later? I don't know why it's asking that for this specific question. Oh, else if time of day is less than 24. Oh, okay. I get what it's saying now. Okay, that was my bad. I didn't, if it's less than 24, but it's after 10. Yeah, that's my bad. Then they got nothing. I thought it was none is what we were returning for nothing, and I didn't read that solution properly. Your original way was better than their solution. Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't like their solution because I got it wrong. Oh, you're right. I could have done pattern matching on that. I could have just done a match. I think their attempt here was returning none if the time of day was impossible. Ah, that makes sense. This makes sense. Use Clippy as an external linter. Who the heck is Clippy? The Clippy tool? Wait, this is a thing in Rust? Is this real? Where did I just go? Use Clippy. Oh my god, I forgot. You can do Clippy instead of cargo check. I forgot about this. Oh god. Sorry, I'm smacking the mic again. I forgot about Clippy. No, do not forget about Clippy. Clippy. This is so funny. Lana, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome in, raiders. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. I appreciate the raid. I hope you had a great stream. How's it going? How's life? Clippy's a bully? Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not ideal. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I lost where we were at. Okay, I think we were just here. Okay, the summary was Rust let you split packet. Oh wait, this is not the right summary. We're in this one. HashMaps. How did we get here? How did things go so wrong? Build scores table. We did that. Oh, and now we're in options. Okay, this is all tasks. Okay, I see. Oh, yeah, this was the last one I just rage quit. Check Clippy for option. I have to remember how to do this. External linters. I'm already using Clippy. What are we up to here today? We are learning Rust. Yeah, you're right. I should, you know what? Sometimes I forget how to stream. Welcome in, raiders. Hello, hello. I'm Bashbunni. We do programming stuff and we do co-working together as well on Mondays. Currently doing programming stuff together on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I am in the process of learning Rust because it's so hyped. It's very relevant in the industry right now and I need a change of scenery. So here we are. And I'm currently using the JetBrains Academy course that they have that's based on the Rustlings project and the Rust programming language book that they've compiled into an interactive course that you can take in your JetBrains IDE. This is not sponsored by JetBrains. I'm just using it because I heard really good things about it. So this is actually what you're seeing is Rust Rover and that course. And right now we're currently on the common collections. We're finishing up options, which are so far for some reason harder than they're not to the point of breaking my brain, but I'm being mildly inconvenienced by this language already. So we're there, and then next up we're going to be doing error handling and stuff in Rust. So that's kind of the plan for today. Yeah. Yeah. Not using Zed. We are using Rust Rover because it has the built-in, it has JetBrains Academy plugin, which is a course to learn Rust. So we're doing the course. Okay, note that the check button doesn't really do anything in this task. Follow the IDE suggestions and use your own judgment from there. Okay, loop over an option. This is more readably written as an if-let statement. What? I can already tell this language is gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me a little bit inside. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, graphite. That's already what I'm feeling. For X in option. I don't remember the if-let syntax. Not ideal. If-let is a pattern match inside an if. Hold on. Where is Firefox? Where did you go? Where did you go when I needed you the most? Okay, I am gonna learn X and Y minutes Rust, just so I have the syntax easily searchable if I need it. Do you guys know that project? Learn X and Y minutes is really good. I'll warn you, it's very handy. It's basically it's like mostly just syntax though. And they don't have if let statements, so highly recommend. I gotta see what that looks like again. How is that better than Rust for loop? If let some x is equal to item. So is it saying, I think it's saying in here. Oh wait. If let, but there's no condition. Oh, maybe it's option is not okay. Option's also not okay. Wait, if let some x is equal to option. Is this right? We'll find out. I'm gonna try running it. We'll try running it, see what happens. Maybe break something. Oh, it worked. Oh, interesting. Okay. So this is basically doing a pattern match and checking if option is in fact a sum type, not a none. Okay. Learned. Take it off the box. Yippee! All right, make the code compile. Check out the hints if you're stuck. Okay. We can do that. All right. Word is equal to optional target. I don't know what word is. Optional target. Assert equal. Yeah, I was gonna say this seems like a good opportunity for an if let as someone who knows so much Rust. If let. However, I don't know what word. Oh wait, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I should have kept. I think I should comment this out instead because otherwise I'm gonna forget what I started with. To be honest. If let some. Okay, so this is basically checking that optional target is in fact set. Then word. Okay, then word is equal to optional target. Then we can do, I think. And then assert equal. I do in fact want that. But not the value, not the stuff you're giving me. Don't mind my typing, okay? I get nervous on stream. Wait. Word is option string. Optional. I don't think I'm fully understanding this. For item some X. Oh, I see. Okay, wait. I get it. I think I get it. Don't worry, chat. I got this. I got this. Don't worry. We're cooking. Me does the most basic thing in Rust. Watch this. Watch this trick shot. You ever seen that before? I didn't think so. Okay, cannot find a value integer in the scope. Okay, make this a while let. Vector pop adds another layer of option T. Okay. Okay. Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally that. Integer. So I think while let, I need to look at, I think while let is going to be a similar thing to if let, where I'm basically able to check that it's, yeah, that it has something to it. Okay, okay. So hold on. We are going to do integer is going to, no. It's going to be X. And then this we're going to do while let sum X is equal to that. And then range. Oh, what did I do? Sum X. Oh, it does another one. That's awesome. I don't know if I can do this. Do I need to do if let? I think I do. Ah. Are these options in options? What the heck? Oh, okay. So I can do it here and then use it as like a bit of an assignment kind of vibe. I should do a different one. But I think I need to do let in. Okay, hold on. I don't. Is it just var? Literally can't even remember. Cannot find var. Okay. Rust. I think I need to do mutt var something. Just let. It's just let forever. Okay, there's a chance it's just let. And then I do it in here. Possibly frick. Oh, then I can wait. I can just do it in. I can just change the scope, probably. Is it gonna mad at me for something else? We'll see. It worked. No vars, only lets. If let sum v is equal to x. Yeah. No vars and Rust, just let. Oh my god, I forgot that people can sub, and I have not acknowledged any subs since forever. I'm so sorry. Oh my god. Judy, thank you so much for the 10 months. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. T-Mac, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate that. B-Dev, thank you for the 18 months. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Sletis, thank you very much for the 2 months. Nightshade, thank you for 4. I appreciate that. Nuno, thank you for the tier 1. Thank you. Chris, thank you for the tier 1. Anonymous, thank you for gifting a sub to Rust Sucks. I don't know if that's a real sub. Now that I thanked you, it has to be real. Roku, thank you so much for the Prime sub. I appreciate that. And Gaming, thank you for the 3 months. Winchester, thank you for the Prime. Okay, I think I thanked all of them. I think we've done the thank yous. I forgot. I got too locked in on Rust. I'm sorry. I'm a Rustation now. I kind of talk. I'm a little toxic. I've been waiting to get acknowledged since last stream. Wait, really? Yeah, honestly, could be real. Ransom, thank you for the loyalty. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, bud. Let and const is where it's at in most languages these days. Honestly, you're kind of right. I'm not for real. Honestly, you could have been. You could have been. What's your main stack? I've been writing Go for quite a while. But now I'm a Rustation. By the way, integer was just the expected name for the bounded value. Oh, you could have, I could have wrapped it like that. Potentially. So I could have done, okay, it's okay. Actually, I'll try it real quick. So could I just do this? Is that gonna, and then, ooh, okay, I didn't know you could nest like that. I didn't know you had moves like that. That's crazy. All right. Dope. I don't know why I'm unable to see any descriptions under tasks in the Rust course in IDE. Really? I don't know. You have to sub to get the girly boys. Yeah, exactly. I used to have a points redemption for Valley Girl coding, and it was very funny. But then I got tired of it. I said, this is so last year, I'm not doing it anymore. You can extract anything inside any struct or enum. I don't know what that means yet. Been vibe coding Swift a lot and it's shockingly good. I've actually heard really good things about Swift as well. Okay, we have one more task and then we're on to error handling, which is hype. All right. And then how much, let me see how much there is in error handling. Because I will be honest, I don't know how, I mean, I was going to say, I don't know how everything takes me so much longer to do on stream. And then I'm like, it's because I'm talking. Okay. I feel like it's not too bad. We'll see. I'm starting to get a little bit of a headache. It's probably because I'm sitting not great. TBH. Like it's potentially me versus me. Yeah, I got my full-on prawn posture on stream. Okay. You know what else I might do? Do I put my I might put my glasses on. Average co-working stream versus average software dev stream, for real. I'm like, get me out of here. Just kidding. All right. Do you have YouTube vids on how you study? I am gonna add one on how I take notes, which I think will kind of encompass that. I don't know. Honestly, I think my glasses are kind of dirty and I don't think it's helping. Sometimes they're helpful because they add like a slight zoom. So it's supposed to relax your eyes or I got scammed by an optometrist. Yeah. Okay. Check more Clippy suggestions. Let's see what they got. This call to unwrap will always panic. Yeah, that's sick. I should do that. We should totally do that. We should just do if let. My BFF. Then we do what? My option. What are you even trying to do with this? It's fine. I do nothing. Some suggestions can be applied automatically. Is that what it's trying to get me to do? I don't think so. I don't think so. We are, in fact, all students of life. I agree. What if my apartment isn't 20 foot wide? then you're perfectly on track for the ideal tech bro living situation. All you need is a mattress on the floor and an insanely over-engineered ergonomic setup. Don't you know? This looks like, ooh. Mem replace. Can it, oh, wait. Oh, I see. Hold on. Oh, okay, this one didn't give me. That was kind of fire. Oh, Nightbot wants me to look at something 20 feet away. Oh, I forgot. Are you still working at Charm? I don't work at Charm anymore. I left a while back. Now I'm just doing my own thing. Just being a free spirit in the coding space. If let of A, let of B allow. Wait, what? Hello? My floor futon and my treadmill desk are all I need. That's exactly. Exactly. Okay. So this is going to have no code for me. All right, Rust's commitment to reliability extends to error handling. Errors are a fact of life in software, so Rust has a number of features for handling situations in which something goes wrong. In many cases, Rust requires you to acknowledge the possibility of an error and take some action before your code will compile. This requirement makes your program more robust by ensuring that you'll discover errors and handle them appropriately when you've deployed your code to production. Okay, Rust groups errors into two major categories, recoverable and unrecoverable. For a recoverable error, such as file not found, it's reasonable to report the problem to the user and retry the operation. Unrecoverable errors are always symptoms of bugs, like trying to access a location beyond the end of an array. Most languages don't distinguish between these two types of errors and handle both the same way, using mechanisms such as exceptions. Rust doesn't have exceptions. Instead, it has a type result T and E for recoverable errors and panic macro that stops execution when the program encounters an unrecoverable. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. I got this. We be writing. Result T and E. Okay, most languages don't distinguish between these two types. Oh, I already read that. This lesson covers calling panic first and then talks about returning result T and E values. Additionally, we'll explore considerations when deciding whether to try to recover from an error to stop execution. Wow! Sometimes bad things happen in your code, and there's nothing you can do about it. That's just like a life lesson. In these cases, Rust has a panic macro, and when the panic macro executes, your program will print a failure message, unwind and clean up the stack, and then quit. This most commonly occurs when a bug of some kind has been detected and it's not clear to the programmer how to handle the error. Unwinding the stack. Whee! That's so fun. Or aborting. Okay. So you can either unwind or you can abort. Cleans up the data from each of the functions and encounters. This walking back up and clean up is a lot of work. So, more work. Why would you do that? Okay. Without cleaning up. Memory that the program was using will then need to be cleaned up by the operating system. Mem needs OS cleanup. No OS cleanup. Mem cleanup. Okay. In your project, you'll need to make the resulting binary as small as possible. Oh, wait, hello? Memory that the program was using will then need to be cleaned up by the operating system. If in your project you need to make the resulting binary as small as possible, you can switch from unwinding to aborting upon a panic by adding panic abort. Okay. To the profile section. In profile. If you want to abort on panic in release mode, you can do profile.release. Okay, interesting. Finish dev unoptimized plus debug info. Interesting. So I'm assuming you can just have like different running profiles, which I don't know how to switch between, but that sounds cool. The call to panic causes the error message contained in the last 2 lines. The first line shows our panic message, and the place in our source code where the panic occurred indicates that it's the second line, 5th character of our source main RS file. In this case, the line indicated is part of our code, and we go to that line, we see panic macro call. In other cases, the panic call might be in code that our code calls, and the file name and line number reported by the error message might be someone else's code. We can use the backtrace of the functions the panic call came from to figure out which, yeah, okay, yeah. I'm writing down use backtrace for a result where panic was called. Okay, let's look at another example to see what it's like when a panic call returns or comes from our library because of a bug in our code instead of from our code calling the macro directly. The code snippet below has some code that attempts to access an element by index in a vector. Oh yeah. Attempting to access an element beyond the end of a vector, which will cause a panic. It only has 3 elements. Using square brackets is supposed to return an element, but if you pass an invalid index, yada yada. Languages like C will attempt to give you exactly what you asked for in this situation, even though it isn't what you want. You'll get whatever is at that location in memory that would correspond to that element in the vector, even though the memory doesn't belong to the vector. This is called a buffer overread and can lead to security vulnerabilities if an attacker is trying to manipulate the index in such a way as to read data they shouldn't be allowed to that is stored after the array. To protect your program from this sort of vulnerability, if you try to read an element at an index that doesn't exist, Rust will stop execution and refuse to continue. Okay. This error points to a file we didn't write. And that's the implementation of a slice in the Rust source code, the code that gets run when we use the square brackets on our vector v. This is where the panic is actually happening. Okay. I need to look away from the screen for a minute. I need to look away from the screen. I might actually have to take 5. I can feel a headache kind of coming on, and I need to take a minute. I might make some tea or something. And I can't stop looking at the screens when they're in front of me. I'll be right back. I am cured. I have my emotional support popcorn. We needed this. I'll share, don't worry. Yeah, Trash Dev and I are snack buddies. We are consistently the ones sharing snacks in the back. Chiming in every once in a while. I needed this. All right, I'm gonna read this in silence while I eat popcorn. Hi, Muffin. My dog wants popcorn. You're not you when you're hungry. Coating potatoes. My dog is trying to make me aware of her presence in the most polite way possible, which is unyielding eye contact and shifting between sitting and lying down. She want popcorn? I usually give her one. Okay. You can have a popcorn. Usually she gets it because I dropped it by accident. Okay. Can you share the source of the course? This is through JetBrains Academy, Learn Rust. I'm gonna have to wash my hands after this. This is there's a lot of dust. Yeah, sorry guys, you're just hearing me function. I think I'm going non-verbal and wanting snacks. I'm gonna finish this first thing of error handling though. I think I can do it. I just need to shove my face. I'm gonna make another cup of tea actually. I'll be right back. I'm psyching myself up for this next version because I start to get headaches from my lighting. Even though my lights are very tame compared to what they could be, I still get headaches after a couple hours. I'll be right back. All right. I'm so back. This tea is going to change everything. Wonderful. What are you doing? What are you doing? Precious. Vicious. So vicious. Get your boy sick? It's for you. Are there bubbles in the tea? No, it's just milk tea. No, it's doggo. I have Yorkshire Gold. Yorkshire Gold tea. The goat. The goat of black teas. Hold on. Let me see if I can... Wait, I'm trying to... I can't do it all. But it's quite yummy. It's very hot. I've also actually really been enjoying Starbucks Earl Grey tea. I really like their London Fogs. They make a mean London Fog. And it's got me into their Earl Grey. So I actually bought some of their tea bags recently. Okie dokes. Yeah, a good Earl Grey is so good. But it's really hard to find, I feel like, a really good Earl Grey tea. Earl Grey, it's like it's a black tea with bergamot. No coffee? I don't drink coffee. I don't like coffee. Okay, lore dump. I'm gonna be honest. I think what made me not like coffee is that when I was a kid, I remember distinctly remember at a certain age, like it felt like the adults around me had coffee breath, like really bad coffee breath. I think it was one of my teachers drank a lot of coffee, and it like scarred me. Where like whenever I smell coffee, it just smells like coffee breath to me, you know? And so now I tried drinking it and I was like, oh my God, I feel like I'm tasting coffee breath. And I can't unsee it. And now I can never drink coffee. It's traumatized me. But I love tea. So, you know, at least I still get a hot drink to enjoy. I like tea and I like hot chocolate. Can you see doggo? I think, hold on. I think you can kind of see here if I go, wait, and Algina's in the way. I'm also kind of in the way. Wait. Dog. She don't know what's going on. Hello. She said, why'd you move away from me? Are you good, dog? Do you like bully sticks? You have one. Why are you tilting your head? You have one. It's right there. Are you the best dog ever? The answer is yes. You're very good. Where are you? Oh, it's okay. You stay comfy. Why'd you get up? You don't gotta get up. You don't gotta do nothing. You're just a dog. You got no job, no place you gotta go. You're so good. You're a good dog. You're so good. I'd move away if you were rolling. I've rolled over my cats countless times. Oh no. No, I'm very careful. I'm very cautious. Especially because she likes to lie down near the wheels of my chair. How close to teachers about? No, it was really bad. Because I think they would lean in. They would like lean in to like walk you through a problem, right? Like during like lab times or whatever. And it was like any proximity was too close. It's like, don't. The same thing happened to me with cigarettes. I also am really bad with cigarette smell. I get super nauseous, like really, really sick. Unfortunately, that is something as well where like literally if there's anybody that is smoking near me, I have to like move. Cause I used to get really bad car sickness in a car that smelled like cigarettes, to the point where I would have to like pull over to hurl, you know, like, and this was a very regular occurrence. So it's kind of one of those things where like I smell it and my stomach just turns and I'm like, oh my God. Give me any level of motion going on right now, I'm gonna hurl. Yeah. It was so bad. Any Rust side projects in mind for the near future? Yes, and I'll actually be covering that in a video that I'm gonna post as soon as I can. I already filmed it. I just need to get it edited, and that can take a minute. No space travel for you. I don't think they're allowed to smoke cigarettes in an aircraft, no? On a spaceship? That seems crazy. I feel like there must be a lot of oxygen tanks or something. That can't be allowed. Okay, most errors aren't serious enough to require the program to stop entirely. Blah, 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 blah. We're gonna use a result enum that has two variants, okay and error. T and E are generic type parameters. We'll discuss generics in a future lesson. But what you need to know right now is that T represents the type of value that would be returned in a success case. That will be returned in a success case with the OK variant, and the E represents the type of error that will be returned in a failure case within the error variant. Because result has these generic type parameters, we can use the result type in the functions that the standard library has defined on it in many different situations where the successful value and error value we want to return may differ. that was probably the worst verbal typo I could have made, TBH. Let's call a function that returns a result value because the function could fail in the code snippet below when we try to open a file. That's very funny. Okay. Opening a file. How do we know that file open returns a result? We could look at the standard library API, or we can just ask our compiler. If we give f a type annotation that we know is not the return type of the function, then try to compile the code. The compiler will tell us that the types don't match. The error message will then tell us what the type of f is. Let's try it, and we know that the return type of file open isn't of type U32, so let's change the let f statement to this. Okay. So the right way is going to be result file. This tells us the type of file open is result T and E. The generic parameter T has been filled in here with the type of the success value. Oh, I see. Result, which is the file, and then otherwise it's error. Okay. This return type means the call to file open might succeed and return a file handle that we can read from or write to. The function call might also fail, for example. The file might not exist, or we might not have permission to access the file. The file open function needs to have a way to tell us whether it succeeded or failed. At the same time, give us either the file handle or error information. This information is exactly what the result enum conveys. I'm going to read in silence for a sec. see. Here we tell Rust that when the result is okay, return the inner file value outside of the okay variant. And then if it's okay, so we basically just do a type check and either do something with that value. I see. So it's gonna panic with that. Okay. To preserve my energy, I might have to just read silently and maybe recap. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you can have, basically you can have like nested match. So you check, so the first one checks the successful value, which is the okay. Okay. And then the error. And then within the error one, you can check the error.kind. And then it would look like, okay, I am in fact gonna write down that example because I'm not gonna know. It's gonna help me remember what I found. Wow, okay. The error kind is not found. You can do another match to check if it's, you can do match file create hello.txt. So it's gonna match on the resulting error of whether or not it created the file successfully. So interesting. Not found, do something. You can match. Oh my gosh, you guys been redeeming hydrates as well? Sorry, I need to stop scamming your channel points. It's my bad. No, I want to compliment. That's awesome. It can be me giving you a compliment. I'll compliment you. You'll have to tell me a bit about yourself. I do like this error handling. TPH. So far, we'll see in practice. It is so much of this. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, smart design. This makes sense. And then I'm like, in practice, might hate everything. Okay, using match works well enough, but it can be a bit verbose and doesn't always communicate intent very well. Using match expression to handle Rust variants that might be returned. Okay. So you could just unwrap if you want it to call panic. Another method, expect, just similar to unwrap. Okay. So let's look at error handling options. You can either do match, which is very explicit, but unfortunately verbose. You can do unwrap, where you can get the successful value, and then it just calls panic if error. Then there's also expect, where you can get the successful value and then call custom panic, is my guess. It said you can choose panic, but panic is like totally bonkers. You can call it when you detected invalid state you can't continue with. I changed the redeem from compliment to Riz. Oh no. Oh, never heard about JetBrains Academy. It's been a pretty great interactive learning experience. It's a good option. Okay, expect. Oh, I see. Okay. So I'll give myself a little example here for expect. So some of you might be, oh wait, I'll finish this first. Some of you might be thinking, Bash, why are you writing it down when you can just look it up? In some cases, from the research that I was reading on effective note-taking, in some cases, if you write down examples, it just helps with recall. Okay. Handwriting, not typing it out. We use expect in the same way as unwrap. We return the file handle or call the panic macro. The error message used by expect in its call to panic will be the parameter that we pass to expect, and rather than the default panic message that unwrap uses. So because this is generic, so with unwrap, because it's generic, it can make it harder to debug and try to figure out where the panic is coming from. Compared to if you use the expect, you can have a custom message. It's a little bit easier to find where specifically went wrong. Unwrap is usually a code smell. I'm going to write that in my notes. I'm going to say chat says code smell. Japer. Jaber. Okay. Kix says calling unwrap on result is often not good, but there are legitimate uses such as tests, prototype code, internal tools that don't need nice error messages. Okay. I'm gonna write that down. Guys, we're panicking in production. That tea is almost the perfect temp. It's a little toasty still. I'm gonna use .expect in prog LFG. Let's go. Send it. Okay. I'm kind of liking this dynamic where I just kind of read through it and then I summarize it a little bit for you because I think that's a little bit less like energy intensive for me versus reading everything out loud. While you guys are listening to classical music, I'm listening to Sam Barber. Just so you know. Sam Barber and Zach Bryan for country are so good. I'll, Mr. Wick, I am gonna post a video on how I take notes. I don't think I use any kind of specific note system. I should double check. But I do go into detail in a future video. I'll be going into detail on like how, like what I choose to write down and how I kind of like frame paper notes. Cause it's not like, I feel like some people think that like, oh, I have to write everything down in order to remember everything, but it's like, it's not quite like that. So I can jump in, I can talk a little bit about like my system for taking those notes. Actually, I think I do have an existing one where I relate it to, an existing video where I do relate it to like existing note-taking frameworks. And I still take notes the same way. I just think I could probably go a little bit more in depth because people still do ask me about it quite a bit. And I think even then it was very high level. I didn't assume people were that interested in it. That's a very short video about stationery, but I'm loving my Gatoron Baby Raccoon switches. So good. Taking notes is personal. It's all about the right way to stimulate your own memory about the subject. Yeah, I think so. But I think that sharing how you take notes and what works well for you is always helpful because then people don't they can try something. Next up, videos about videos and then a video about recursion. Yeah, you want to learn about recursion? This is a video about a video. Forever. All right, propagating errors. Sometimes I just see things written, the ideas that I already am aware of, written in a way that is a really good explanation for it. And I'm like, I gotta write that down. I gotta write that down. Like in this case where it's like, talking about how basically when you propagate the errors, it's like what did I even write down? How to handle the error based on a broader context. Like, you know what? You're right. That is putting into words why it's helpful. Me who operates on the feel. How does it feel? It feels good. It feels right to propagate errors in this case, so we're doing it. All right, for example, the code snippet below shows a function that reads a username from a file. If the function doesn't exist or can't be read, this function will return those errors to the code that called this function. Okay. So read username from file. Return error E. Ooh, I see. Return file. Oh, I see. So because it's a result, which is an enum, if it worked, it's going to return the file. Otherwise, it's going to return the error. And in this case, we're just going to not handle anything with the error. We're just returning it. Okay. A shortcut for propagating errors, the question mark operator. Ooh, how fun. How fun. Okay, the code snippet below shows an implementation of read username from file that has the same functionality as it had in the previous example, but this implementation uses a question mark operator. Wait, what? You just go, open maybe? Open question mark? That's awesome. Okay, so the question mark placed after a result value is defined to work in the same way as match. Huh. Basically does a default return of the success value or unhandled error. And the error types need to be the same. It's better for you to do IO result T because it can handle all IO errors. Interesting. Okay. So I'm gonna write that down as side note from chat. From the chat. IO error is not as good as IO result. Result T. Also, reminder, if you guys want to hang out while offline, there is a, oops, I can't type. There is a Discord. Reminder. Oh, I also have a Matrix server. Hold on. Actually, I might have, do I have a command for Matrix? In case you're off the grid. I don't think I have a command for it, actually. Whoopsies. There's the Matrix in case you're looking for a more decentralized option as well. We're so close. We're so close. I need to push myself. We gotta finish this. Okay. The value inside okay will get returned from this expression and the program will continue. If the value is an error, the error will be returned from the whole function. As if we had used the return keywords, the error gets propagated to the calling code. Okay. Error values that have the question mark operator called on them go through the from function. Which is used to convert errors from one type into another. It's converted into the error type defined. Oh, I see. Converts to the expected error return type. That's actually like, seems very important. Am I interested in doing any microcontroller programming? Potentially. I would love to have over-engineered plants in my home. Okay. Like that would be fire. Are these exercises or the Rust book? This is actually JetBrains Academy. They have a Learn Rust course that I'm trying out that it basically gives you tasks and lessons. So you get lessons and then it gives you tasks to apply what you've learned. It's based off of Rustlings and the Rust programming language book. Smart home streams incoming. Hee. Me optimizing the soil. Okay. All the ways a function might fail. I'm doing Learn Rust programming. Outside of Emacs, that's where the course is an in-editor, like it's within the JetBrains IDE. I keep rereading the same paragraph and not observing anything. I think I'm not paying attention. Hold on. Okay, so from function is implemented by the error itself. I've learned by free books of the Rust Foundation and Rustlings. That's what this is based off of. This is a free course. We could even shorten this code further by chaining method calls immediately after the question mark, as shown in the following example. I don't think it's shown. Oh, I think it's shown here. If successful, read to string. And it tries again. Just my guess of how that works. Okay, propagating errors limitation can only be used in functions that return result. Okay. Okie dokie. I will rewrite a lot of existing programs in Rust is kind of my plan. I'm not 100% sure if I'll rewrite any of my projects. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there aren't any projects that I'm like super invested in that way where I'm like, oh, I definitely need to rewrite this. It needs to live on. I feel like I would probably consider doing rewrites in Rust though, because it gives me like a frame of reference for an existing working application in another language. So it's basically just learning the intricacies of Rust, not just the implementation, if that makes sense. You know, like I won't get like stuck on the problem. I don't know if that explanation makes sense, but I did my best. So that first paragraph was basically just saying that you can only use the question mark operator if it returns result. If you try to use it in a main function, for example, it's gonna get mad. Ian, thank you so much for the 4 months. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Catastrophic, thank you very much for 4 months. I appreciate it. Thank you. I hope you're all enjoying the... If there's anything that you guys want as subs as well, like, let me know, because I don't know if we want more emotes or if we want anything like that. Or if you're just happy to see me stream more, which is happening. So let's go. I'll be live again tomorrow, actually, so Wednesday, Thursday. Okay. This error points out that we're only in the... Oh, interesting. There are restrictions on what its return type must be. One valid return type for main is empty, and therefore, conveniently, another valid return type is result TE as shown here. Okay. Oh, so it's a trait. Okay. Okay. Gab says TBH will rarely use result TE manually. There are crates out there that everyone uses to make it more ergonomic. Okay. Interesting. This is a trait object. Any kind of error. Okay, this function refuses to generate text to be printed on a name tag. If you pass it an empty string, it'd be nicer if it explained what the problem was instead of just sometimes returning none. Okay, I can't see anything. I don't need this open. Okay, so this I'm probably gonna... Okay, so this one I think I could do... I'm trying to remember how I did this. It was like... Oh, it was expect that I could do that. Okay, okay. Hold on, we got this. We so have this. Oh no, but that's only for... Name that language. Hello? If the name length is greater than 0. It's pissed. It doesn't like that. Result. I don't know how to do this. I don't know. Or maybe it's... Oh wait, I think I'm doing this... I think I need to do this okay. Can I wrap it like that? I can't remember what this was. Oh, it's result. Result TE. Oh wait, maybe it's just lowercase. I don't know. Okay, I did the result thing. Oh, you'll need to update the return. Oh, it's string. My bad. Oh, it did not like that shortcut. That could be variance okay, string and error. Oh. Okay, now it's mad about that. But we're closer. Expected string but found in... Oh, I see. Change the body of the function to return error with the error message. I think this runs now. Oh shit, it definitely does not run. Okay, my bad. Oh, I think I imported multiple things. Oh, it's, yeah, okay. You know what? Honestly, fair enough. Reasonable crash out. You can always use the format macro to make it a string. Oh yeah, that's true. What's the etiquette here? No unsolicited help. I mean, it doesn't, I don't mind. I don't mind. I just might not read it for what it's worth. Because I'm trying to like, I just try to focus and read it for myself, and for what it's worth, it ends up being like very confusing a lot of the time. If I am, if I do try to get help from chat, it can turn very chaotic for me on my end. So this is, are the tutorials available in the community versions? Yeah, so this is just an add-on, JetBrains Academy. It's just an add-on for, or like a plugin for any JetBrains IDEs. I'm just doing their Learn Rust one. Why Rust? I'll probably cover that in a video just because a lot of people are asking about it. TLDR, it's a very relevant language right now. Like I think more and more companies are adopting it as part of their stack. It is obviously like one of the most loved languages for many years running, and I'm curious about that. For me in particular, why I chose this over some of the other languages that I had in my backlog of ones that I wanted to try, mostly like functional ones, for example, is that there's a lot in the open source space that's happening with Rust projects. Like I'm seeing a lot of cool projects that come out that are written in Rust, and so it gives me a bit more kind of inspiration of like what I can maybe want to do with the language, which is something that a wall that I kind of encountered a little bit when I was looking forward with like learning Haskell. I didn't give Haskell super, like I definitely didn't give it the kind of attention it needed, but it was also kind of one of those things where I was like, I don't know what I'm going to build with Haskell. But yeah, you can just say because I want it. Yeah, I don't feel like I have to justify it. That is like my answer, you know? That is my reasoning. Okay, so I think at 13 we're gonna call it for today, and then we'll pick it up tomorrow. Okay, a task is matching results. Say we're having a game. Buy items with tokens. All items cost 5 tokens. Whenever you purchase items, there's a processing fee of 1 token. A player of the game will type in how many items they want to buy, and the total cost function will calculate the total number of tokens. Since the player typed in the quantity, though, we get it as a string, and they might have typed anything, not just numbers. Right now, this function isn't handling the error case at all. What we want to do is, if we call the parse function on a string that is not a number, that function will return a parse int error, and in that case, we want to immediately return that error from our function and try not to multiply or add. Okay. So that will potentially return a parse int error. Wait, hello? My bad. I think that literally might be it, because I think it was basically just saying we're going to keep using the quantity as needed, but if it returns some kind of error, we want to just make it stop. I think that'll work. Yeah. What did I say? Are you basically saying you cheat on Haskell for Rust? I think Haskell and other functional languages are going to continue to be, I'll have to continue to be a wannabe functional programmer one day. Hey, Nano. Nice to see you again, Bash. Have a good evening. I'm exhausted. Have a good one. Nice to see you too. I don't know if that's you leaving or if that's you joining. So here's a wave, a neutral wave that accepts both. Honestly, code, I think that makes sense. I can see that. It's like it's like the cost, what the sunk cost. Dude, my brain is not, it's done. It's cooked. The sunk cost fallacy, where it's just like, well, I've spent so long learning Rust that now I should keep learning. I gotta keep using it. I gotta keep using it. I do eventually really want to learn different functional stuff though, because the functional programming communities are really nice. I think it's because they've been humbled so deeply by their programming paradigm that they are just hurting inside. I see. Well, have a good evening, Nano, or a good morning, or whatever time it is for you. Good night. I can hydrate. Listen, I'll hydrate. Like, have any of you ever spoken to a Lisp programmer? So nice. The Elm community, I made one short about Elm and they're like, welcome. They were so nice. They're like, if you need help with anything, we're here. I was like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for letting you down. I didn't actually build anything. I didn't end up building anything yet. But yeah, I've only had positive experiences with functional programmers. Yo, Lisp programmer over here. Hi. I don't speak to myself often. You should. I think you should talk to yourself more, especially in public, out loud. I think that could change things for you in a good way. Probably. Maybe. Alright, this is a program that is trying to use the completed version of the total cost function from the previous exercise. It's not working though. We can't use the question mark operator in the main function, and why not? Well, so here, why are we doing match? And this is... Okay, well, we can't have match and then also that. Because match is gonna be like, we gotta cover everything. Oh, but now I can't use this at all. Probably because it doesn't return... It does return a result. Oh, it's because we're in main. So main, we have to be... Oh, we could use that box thing if it was main, but I think you actually have to handle it. I think this is the point where you handle it or you don't. Oh, if cost is greater than... Okay, well, we can just do... Okay, match total cost. We can do this. We can totally do this. If the cost, this, we have to do another... Can I do an if statement in here? I'm gonna do it. No. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna see what happens. If this doesn't work. Okay. So we have that, and then we have the case where it's a parse int error. Oh my god. Then I do nothing is probably the best bet. Oh, maybe just that. Was I supposed to maybe add a... Oh wait, I think I can just do this. Hold on. What do you mean? What do you want from me? I don't know. I don't remember what I'm supposed to do. Hold on. Unwrap or else is awesome. Oh, I could do that. Oh, it's error if error.kind. Okay, I have to check the error, the kind of error. Where am I? I already did that one. Okay, we're on this one. But I feel like no, it's just error. Freak. Now it suggests it, you little brat. You little freaking brat, make me use my freaking brain. I don't want to do that. What the heck? Okay, what do you mean? Omit the let binding. Oh, honestly, you're kind of right. Okay, cause, I mean, you're kind of right. Wait, but... Oh, this will match on the result? That's kind of sick. Okay. This one's pissed. What did I do here? Did I accidentally delete this? Probably. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't know where my... Oh, no, we're okay. My AirPod died with no notice. How am I supposed to listen to my country music now? Here, my AirPods are gross, so I'm not going to show them on stream. You matched? Okay, okay, listen, I know that. For what it's worth, I've seen this in practice one time. Fix your indentation list. I know. Am I bothering you? No. I think this will work. Or is it gonna get mad? It worked. Yeah, that one doesn't need to do anything for what it's worth. I think if it's a parse int error, you just do nothing. Ignore it. Or something. Okay, summary. Woo! Redeem show. I actually will not show my AirPods. It's embarrassing. I gotta clean them. That's... It's because it was an unused variable. So I was doing let cost. It was something like that, and then it was like, well, this immediately goes out of scope because it gets overwritten by the result. Like it's like you're basically storing this cost as like the result of total cost that is never being used for anything. Because we're not talking about my dirty AirPods. That's fucked up. That's so messed up. Yeah, you know what? You're so smart, Chop Suey. I often, I'll use like a Q-tip and clean the deep clean. Yeah, you're so smart. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm stealing your habit. Okay, so Rust's error handling features are designed to help you write more robust code. The panic macro signals that your program is in a state it can't handle and lets you tell the process to stop instead of trying to proceed with invalid or incorrect values. The result enum uses Rust type system to indicate that operations might fail in a way that your code could recover from. You can use result to tell code that calls your code that it needs to handle potential success or failure as well. Using panic and result in the appropriate situations will make your code more reliable in the face of inevitable problems. See the section with ideas and guidelines on what to use in your own code, panic, or result in the book. The book. Yay! OMZ! Thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. All right, you guys. I think I'm cooked for the day. Almost 4 hours. Because we got to do, I still got more I want to do today. I'm going to work on this a little bit more probably also today. I don't know if I'm just going to do the course. I do feel like I'm kind of at the point where I need to start applying more of this. So maybe I'll start working on one of my little smaller projects. But yeah. I'm really glad that we got, I mean, we're all the way in error handling. We've only got generics, tests, standard library types. I don't think closures, iterators. Yes, I don't think it's that bad. And then concurrency, I'm scared. I do fear concurrency in this language. And then macros, I'm curious about. How to turn on the JetBrains Academy in the IDE. It's a plugin that you can get for it. I can't quite remember. Hold on. Let me, I'll find the link for you for... It's just I think it's just a plugin that you enable. I found it and I have not really used it very much. These courses utilize the JetBrains Marketplace plugin. 2 primary interactive courses to learn Rust directly within a professional IDE environment such as Rust Rover or IntelliJ. The Learn Rust is the course that I'm doing. Oh, how to get started. Okay, install the IDE and then enable educational features. On the welcome screen, you can go to the Learn tab and click Enable Access for the Learn to Program widget. And then you can select your course. Interesting. Rust Rover is in fact free. Penguin, English only, please. All right. Do you have any ideas on what those projects could be? Yes, I'm going to share it in a video because I did already recap it in a video. So I'll share that ASAP. I just need to edit them. But then I'm also trying to speedrun this Learn Rust because I got like 3 more days to finish this trial. So, all right, let me try and find someone to raid on Twitch. Let me try and find some coding. Do any VIPs or mods have anyone that they want me to raid in particular? Last time I left your stream on and left, I came back to a fish swimming stream. Oh, actually, you're so right. Okay, do you want more programming or do you want to raid an animal stream? Animal live cams. Macros are way worse than concurrency. Procedural macros are a new language inside of Rust. Okay, that's messed up. I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of messed up. Animal live stream. All right, let's do it. I raided them yesterday, but we're gonna raid them again because they're awesome. All right, and there is, if you're on YouTube and you want to go where we're going, we are going to see Alveus. They have a live stream on YouTube as well. I'll try and find it actually before I... I think they've got a live stream. Yeah. All right, if you're on YouTube, this is the channel we are going to on Twitch. All right. And don't forget to join the Discord if you want to hang out. There's also a Matrix server if you are interested. Oh, I need an element. There is also a Matrix server, and I will keep you all up to date on what I'm doing in Rust on YouTube. So if you're on Twitch, don't forget to also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Oh, and I hit raid now, so goodbye. My bad. Okay, bye. Goodbye, everyone. I gave them no time to respond. Bye-bye.